front, I just wanna see you. Please give me a sign if you wanna come through, through. Oh yeah.
What is up, YouTube guys and girls? I am Shade, and today we're gonna go over ultimate sweat tips in GTA 5. If you guys haven't already and would like to, give a follow to my Instagram. I post GTA related content, updates for my channel, and I also try to keep up with information from Rockstar Games such as updates, patches, and bonuses. Alright, so I'm gonna get right into this. I'm gonna start my way from the basics and I'm gonna work my way up, hopefully giving you guys some fresh and helpful information. Guess what the first tip is? The map. I think I've said this in every single tips video I put out there, but the map is highly valuable and it is great to know how to read it and to know exactly where your opponent is when you're playing competitively. Competitive players who know how to read the map down to a T will know exactly who they're up against when they're fighting someone who doesn't read the map or maybe just doesn't even pay attention to it. There's been a crazy amount of times where I'll be up against someone who loves to spam RPGs, but their rockets are so far off from me that they're not even a threat, and that means that they're not looking at their map, they're not reading it, they're just spray and praying, and that makes them vulnerable. So definitely know your map in the aspects of playing city or just out somewhere that has a lot of obstacles, because you want to know if your opponent's on top of something, in an alleyway, in a tunnel, you know, just wherever they're at, you want to know where they are so you can get to them first. Second, settings. It's another basic one, but it's really important as well, because if you don't have settings that are set to your kind of play style and that you're comfortable with, you're not going to be playing to your full potential. I mean, you could even experiment with some settings that GTA YouTubers put out there. They share them and then other people can try to use them. Sometimes it's dead on for somebody and sometimes someone will have to tweak it up for their own liking, but just do whatever is best for you. I will say though, if you're trying to play more competitively, definitely stay away from the basic standard control. Standard FPS 2 is the one that I know is the most popular, especially for competitive playing, and that one allows for a lot more flexibility and control and combat, and I know standard is very limited and it's a lot slower. Alright, so I'm gonna assume you guys know first person is way faster than third person and all that other kind of stuff revolving around it when it comes to more intense combat. Another thing is that if you guys don't have one or maybe you're not using it, definitely get or use your gun locker. You want to put all the guns that you don't need in there because when you're fighting, you don't want to have to scroll through this fat list of weapons. So now we're gonna get in the more grungy details. For starters, I'm gonna assume you guys know or at least have tried to spam rockets already. I mean, it's been around for a long time and pretty much everyone on the face of GTA's earth was doing it. So all you do, sticky bomb, rocket, hold down RT, keep doing that until you get faster and faster with it, blah blah blah. Alright, so let's step it up a notch. So this was first shown to me by Burger Girl and I have used it a lot since learning it because it is very helpful, especially with the kind of players you encounter in GTA today. What this glitch does is it has you have your RPG already out when you respawn. It's great for if you're being spawn trapped by someone who likes to grief in a jet or if you're just in a bad location. So let's say you just got blown up by a jet. Or maybe you blew yourself up because you just got attacked by some oppressor griefers or something. As soon as you see the wasted screen, press and hold down LB, select, and then tilt the right analog stick to the left so you select the RPG slot. It doesn't matter if you do these steps in a 1, 2, 3 pattern or if you do it all at the same time. As long as you hold it until you actually do respawn, then you'll see yourself with the interaction menu up and the RPG out and ready to go if you need to fire it or EWO again if you're in a bad situation. Next tip, spamming grenades. So a lot of you probably know you can spam grenades just how you spam RPGs, but there's actually a faster and an easier way to do it. Just hold down RT to shoot and then press LB 3 times in a row. You can press LB fairly quick, but if you do it too fast, the grenade launcher won't actually launch a grenade. The next tip is to use L3 or R3 to quickly spin around and look behind your character. It's way faster than aiming and turning or just turning in general. This feature is great when it comes to fighting multiple players because you can just immediately turn around and start shooting whoever's behind you. The tricky thing with this though is that you can't do it while aiming or it'll change the view preference of your gun to being to the side of your gun to looking down the sight. So once you turn around, you have to just aim for a quick second. Granted, you probably will be shooting at someone, but if you're not, just aim for a split second and you will stay locked in that direction. If you don't aim, your character will just face around looking forward again. Next tip is to get in the habit of throwing a sticky bomb using the left D-pad. This is great when it comes to gunplay with ARs, MGs, and shotguns. This is also like the #1 thing you see in the sweat community is just everyone's blowing themselves up. They get a kill, blow up. They don't even get a kill, blow up. They see someone running, blow up. They breathe, blow up. But then, there's those people who do it to reset health or reset cops. So, give or take. But knowing how to do this makes combat smoother and faster, because then you don't have to go to your weapon wheel and equip the sticky bomb and all that kind of stuff. You can have your gun out and just launch the sticky bomb from there. Next tip, if someone's playing dirty, honestly, don't be afraid to play dirty back. If I have someone go into Ghost while we're fighting, I will just go into my inventory and go into my RC tank or RC Bandito or whatever, so they cannot see me on the map when they are using Ghost. I know a lot of players will teleport into their facility or their apartment or something if someone does this, but this way I stay in the same area in the map so I can still get my kills when they come out of Ghost and they don't get any cheap kills on me. GTA is actually really sad when you come to think of it. But that's just what I do, because I don't believe in free kills, and abilities like that will get any player those. Another tip with grenades is that you can honestly use them kind of like playing pool, if that makes any sense. What I mean is you can use grenades to bounce off an object and towards your opponent. This is really beneficial for if you have a player who's hiding against a wall or in an alleyway or around a corner or something. If you can find an object to hit the grenade off of, it'll most likely hit your opponent. The thing with this is that you have to be really good at predicting and precision, and the more you practice it, the better you'll become. As great as RPGs are for dirty play, grenades offer a lot more flexibility when it comes to things being in the way. The thing with the grenade launcher is that just like the RPG, it's limited with its range. But there's been times that I've had someone camping on a rooftop, thermal glitching, and they're not on a building that's too high. And if you just spam grenades on top of it, one of them will most likely hit. In order to hit them with an RPG, they would have to be right on the edge of the building. Another thing with rockets is kind of learn how to drag them, in a way, kind of like drag scoping, but for RPGs. I found it to be way more effective because your target is 9 times out of 10 always moving. So if you're just standing there trying to aim it directly at them, your target's already past where you had it. So the dragging part in this case, because it's not honestly drag scoping, you're gonna drag and then release to intercept your target's path in order to hit them. Some of you may have already picked up on this, but for those of you who want to try it out, it's fairly simple to get the hang of. So I wanted to save this one for last because it's kind of one of those things, if you want to, if you don't want to, and it's not a huge important tip really, it's just kind of, I guess, if you want. But I will make outfits to blend in with the night, blend in with the beach, blend in with just my backgrounds basically, so I'm not sticking out and very easy to see when I'm fighting somebody. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm hoping I could have been of some help to you guys. These are just some of the things that people don't really think to do when playing this game. If you guys have any questions or want to see another tips and tricks video, just throw it down in the comments below and I will see you in the next video.